Today we're talking about this little guy. The reason I'm talking about my dog today is because over the summer, when my parents went camping, they could only take 2 dogs with them, so I got left with the little one. And started noticing he was getting a bit more sluggish, he was drinking a lot, and I put it down to him being lonely, because like the whole family had gone, his 2 sisters had gone, and then when they came back, this behaviour sort of continued, to the point where my mum asked me, had you noticed anything wrong with him? They took him to the vets a couple of days later, and it turns out he has diabetes. And it's going to read my notes here. Affects quite a few breeds of dogs. Most, I think, miniature schnauzers, golden retrievers, they're like some of the most commonly affected, but it can affect any breed of dogs. Most commonly, mostly female dogs, and average age around 6 to 9 years. So Bolly's 10, 11, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what the cause of it is. I mean, we've kept them on pretty decent diets and exercise, so I think it might just be because he's a bit old now. He's a Cocker Spaniel Labrador mix. The symptoms for dog diabetes are actually pretty similar to human type 1 diabetes. In Bolly, we noticed he was drinking a lot, he was walking very slowly, he was sleeping a lot. He wasn't eating, and when he did eat, he didn't gain weight. He's actually lost quite a lot of weight at this point. Like his collar is really loose. We don't want to tighten it up anymore in case he starts putting on weight again. So according to the little note here, dehydration, eating lots but losing weight. When it gets slightly more serious, they become more lethargic, they lose their appetite, they become very weak, vomit, and it can lead to a coma. I am incredibly grateful that it didn't get to that point with Bolly. Like, we got to lethargic and weak before we managed to get into a vet, and I love that dog. Like, my parents said afterwards that if they'd taken him on holiday with them, then it probably would have killed him, just over exhaustion, because they would have taken him out every single day for like 2-hour-long walks, whereas when he was home with me, the fields just sort of cross a couple of roads, where he did get tired before we made it there most days, and thought I'd have to carry him home a couple of times. But it can be treated. It's very simple treatment really in comparison to every other thing we've had to have our dogs go through. Basically the vet set us up with cane insulin, which is just doggy safe insulin, and we've got all the equipment we need in order to give him small doses twice a day, and that's just it. It takes maybe 2-3 minutes out of our routine, and it's already become part of our routine. It's just that easy to get him sorted out, and he's perked up so much. He's eating and drinking properly now, he's keeping up on walks, and he's back to his normal self. And it's only been a week, 2 weeks. It's been a very short amount of time. We're still sort of in the early stages of getting him sorted out. We need to give him to the vets for a day so they can monitor his glucose levels over a 24-hour period, and then that will help us, well, it'll help them help us refine his treatment just to sort of get him feeling better again. I mean, it will last for the rest of his life, but it means that he gets to live for the rest of his life rather than dying over summer at 11 years old. I mean, aside from the insulin, you just need to make sure I think the most important thing is just keeping the routine the same, because dogs do pick up on when you worry, and I don't think that helps them. But sort of keeping everything the same, giving them good quality food, really good quality food. I know there's quite a lot of articles about American dog foods that have actually ended up killing their dogs, and I honestly don't know why that happens. I don't know why that even exists in the first place, but we've got some pretty decent retailers over here in England, and the vets actually recommended a couple of different brands to us. So it's that easy. You know, it's honestly a shame why anyone would think that just because their dog's not healthy they need to give up. It could have been really easy to miss the symptoms, but now it's really easily treated, and I'm so glad that he's okay. So just look after your dogs, really. Sorry this one wasn't quite as upbeat as the others, but I've honestly been so worried about that dog for so long, and hey, my therapist said I needed to talk about things that were worrying me. Thanks for watching if you did, thanks for nothing if you didn't. Check out my friends' videos here, and then check out the bad fan fiction that I've started doing. I'll see you next week.